Λος Άντζελες δεν είναι μόνο η πρωτεύουσα της κινηματογραφικής βιομηχανίας, αλλά μια μητρόπολη όπου οι άνθρωποι εξερευνούν περισσότερο από κάθε άλλο μέρος στον κόσμο τα μυστικά της νεότητας, της ευζοίας και της μακροβιότητας. Συνάντησα τον Dr. Lawrence Piro, γιατρό και κορυφαίο ογκολόγο που κουράρει μερικά από τα διασημότερα αστέρια του Hollywood. Ο αγαπημένος γιατρός των Star μας αποκάλυψε μοναδικά μυστικά μακροζωίας και μας μίλησε για προσωπικότητες όπως η Kate Middleton, η Shannen Doherty, αλλά και η θρυλική Farrah Fawcett, η οποία υπήρξε ασθενής του. Όσο για την κλινική του, Angeles Clinic στο Brentwood μοιάζει με 5-στερο ξενοδοχείο. Dr. Piro, is it time to stop being afraid to say the word cancer?
Well, I think afraid is the operative word. It's time to stop being afraid of everything because the things that you are afraid of are often much worse than the actual truth. We're in an explosive new era with cancer treatments, and in many cases, cancer is now a chronic disease rather than an immediately fatal disease.
Nutrition plays a crucial role in overall health. Could you tell us a few ingredients that help create a balanced diet?
Well, certainly nutrition, plays a role in the development of cancer. It's important in all of health. There isn't a lot of evidence that nutritional changes necessarily treat cancer once you have it, but we do know that there are certain types of diets and certain conditions that help prevent having cancer. One is to eat lots of carotenoous and cruciferous vegetables. So those are things like Brussels sprouts and carrots and broccoli and cauliflower, because these have a lot of antioxidants in them, and antioxidants can help prevent the oxidative stress that can result in the development of cancer cells. You should also eat many helpings of all the different color fruits that exist, every single color, because they all have potent nutrients that are very helpful. In many ways, the ideal anti-cancer diet is the Greek diet. Fiber is a very important part, right? This is very important in preventing colon cancer, is to have lots of fiber in your diet and to keep your bowel health well. And so, these are the general principles. But I'll tell you something, the most important thing that there is to do is to not be overweight. Because being overweight, carrying around a lot of body fat, is a pro-inflammatory condition. It creates an inflammatory state which causes heart disease, diabetes, and cancer.
Tell me why you're sitting with me here today.
I have stage 4, so my cancer came back, and that's why I'm here.
Many fans were touched by Shannen Doherty's openness about her battle with cancer. How do you see Shannen in this journey, that it's so challenging, not only physically, but also mentally?
Shannon's a warrior. I mean, she's worked very hard throughout her whole life. She's been working since she was, younger than 10 years old. She was on Little House on the Prairie, and then she was on 90210, and then she was on Charmed, amongst many other things. But these were 3 massive series that were watched all over the world. So she's really grown up in front of the cameras, and she's worked all of her life, and she's very, very intelligent person. And so she's, taken this battle on head on and researched everything, and we've stood side by side choosing the treatments and optimizing them for each stage of her journey that she's been on, and she's still doing that.
There are so many different things right now, and you and I always talk about the fact that we just need to squeeze out another 3 to 5 years.
How tough is for you when you become friends with a patient, like with Shannen?
Oh, it's, how can you not? When you're taking care of such genuine and wonderful people, how can you not become friends? How can you not care about them?
The surgery was successful. However, tests after the operation found cancer had been present.
Kate Middleton case has received worldwide attention for a cancer diagnosis that seemingly came out of the blue. How does an outwardly healthy young person suddenly becomes a cancer patient?
Kate Middleton's been on everyone's minds because she seemed to be the epitome of health, fit, and got cancer at a young age. And it's scary, right? And it shows you that no matter what you do in terms of lifestyle improvement and all of that, doesn't mean it's going to prevent you from cancer. Nothing reduces your cancer risk to zero. Inherent in that is a natural kind of a fear. And there has been an increase in cancers occurring in younger people less than 50. Nobody really knows the reason. It's thought to be somewhat lifestyle, driven by obesity and a sedentary lifestyle and eating processed foods, but none of those things really apply to Kate. So it shows you that, every situation, is very different. I think the most important thing you can do is to do the things that you can do to lead a healthy lifestyle to prevent cancer. And after that, it's in the hands of the universe.
One of the most famous patients that you ever had was Farrah Fawcett, the Charlie's Angel star. She passed away, but it's very known to the public that she was very late with exams, checkups, and things like that. How important is prevention? And what would you like to say about the case of Farrah Fawcett?
Well, I would say that prevention of cancer is a very interesting topic. And in the case of anal cancer, which is what Farrah Fawcett had,
3 words I never ever thought possible that I would hear: malignant, tumor, anal.
we now know that a very high percentage of those are caused by the HPV virus. And there's a vaccine against the 9 most common strains of HPV that cause cancer.
Francine, did you premeditate and plan the death of your husband, Mickey Hughes?
No.
Farrah Fawcett was one of the most unique, wonderful individuals that I've ever known. She was obviously spectacularly beautiful, but again, the beauty was much more than just physical. It was really, who she was as a person and how she smiled and the energy that she transferred to you, in your interactions.
How was it like towards the end of your life?
Well, Farrah was a warrior, and she wore a bracelet around her ankle, and several of us who were close friends with her have the same bracelet from her, and on it, in Sanskrit, it said fearless, and that's how she was. She was truly fearless. I mean, who else but somebody fearless would walk away from the top television show and being a huge star would walk away because she wanted parts that had more depth and development of character.
What do you want to remember from Farrah?
She was so smart that she knew how to, engineer, certain styles that became iconic, like her hair, right? I mean, every woman in America wanted that hair, and then the poster, of course. She's has the most famous poster in the world ever, in all time. And I can tell you that the way that worked out, it's interesting. Think about how beautiful she was and all the shots they must have gotten all day long. But he still didn't think he had that shot, that one shot that's the right shot. This photographer went out to his car, which was a beat up Volkswagen, and he went into the back and he pulled out this Mexican blanket and he pinned it up on the wall of the house. And he had her sit in the red bathing suit in front of the Mexican blanket, took that shot, and that became the highest selling poster in history. Well, to the viewers of Cosmote TV, I would say you live in a spectacular place. So much of the world's history and world's knowledge was developed by Greeks. I think you have a joie de vivre, an appreciation of people and an appreciation for living in the moment and not getting carried away with, other considerations, but really feeling the moment. And I think all of these are incredibly healthful ways to be. And I think they create a lifestyle of enjoying every single day. And I think many of us around the world would love to be on a Greek island, surrounded by people who are laughing and eating and appreciating each other and invested in conversation together and eating that great healthful food.